Well, hello everybody and welcome to Farnham Golf Club for the Mizuno Next Gen Series presented by Clutch Pro Tour. It's the final day here. What a couple of days we have had so far though. It was Nick Marsh, overnight leader, 8 under par 64. He's currently in the final group at the minute. He's also joint leader as well at 9 under. With a gentleman we've got behind us, Mr. Morrison is going very, very well. Robbie Morrison coming down here. This is the 17th you're looking at right now. He's joint leader at 9 under with Nick Marsh, with Shergo Al-Kurdi as well. So at the minute, it's a three-way tie at the top, although the leaderboard isn't quite updating as quickly as we would have liked. I'm going to get out a shot. Let's watch this group come down. In fact, here is Robbie Morrison about to take his second shot here right now at the 17th, the par 4 17th here at Farnham Golf Club. And it's trickled right in front of us as well. In fact, there's another ball just off to the left there as well. Now we are going to try and position ourselves in the best place as we always do here. If you do want to see the full leaderboard at any time, there is a link in the body of this broadcast where it says view the full leaderboard. It'll take you straight through to the Golf Genius section for the Clutch Pro Tour website, and you can see how everybody has got on. This is the final day. We are starting to get towards the conclusion of this Tier 1 event with Clutch Pro Tour £60,000 prize pot. It's quite something, isn't it? This really is the pathway to get to the DP World Tour. There's Challenge Tour spots up for grabs, there's DP World Tour spots up for grabs. It's all here with the Mizuno Next Gen Series powered by Clutch Pro Tour. Now the 17th here, there's been quite a lot of danger over there on the left hand side, right as you're looking at it on the screen. So here at the 17th, glorious sunshine. It's been a perfect couple of days for golf. This is played over 2 rounds. A lot of the Clutch events have been played over 3. This one's just over 2. Robbie Morrison, in fact, I can tell you he has dropped a shot actually. He's now tied third at 8 under. Conor O'Rourke is the clubhouse leader. He's 8 under par. He had a fantastic round today. Nick Marsh, who was leading, quite remarkably had 6 birdies in the front 9 yesterday. It was Piers Barrington, he was tied with at 8 under as well. He's dropped a shot though. He's 7 under, 4 around, tied 5th at the minute. He'd 2 eagles on the back 9 yesterday. It's opportunities galore here. All 3 balls for this particular group right in front of us as well. We're going to have some good shots right close to the action here. We are Live Sport Now. The live chat is open now as well at Live Sport Now on YouTube. If you do want to get in touch with us, please do comment below. We can see them, and if you keep them clean, we can put them on screen. So this group consists of Robbie Morrison, as we said. We've got Ryan Brooks and Logan Vidovic in this group as well. Teed off today at 10 past 10. Farnham is proving quite tricky for a number of these players, although scoring has been low overall. It's been very impressive. So there we go, that was Morrison there. So comments coming in as well. We'll show, nice comment coming in, we'll show that very shortly. Let's just watch the action here. Oh, a lovely shot. Oh, shot. Go on, come around, come around. Wind has certainly picked up this afternoon as well. It's got a fair bit breezier now than it has been. Perhaps slightly tougher conditions than if you're out in one of the earlier groups. Played over 2 days, of course. That means there's been no cut. So Robbie Morrison, he's the chap off to your left. White trousers, white cap, blue shirt. Just dropped a shot before, so he slipped to 1 off the lead, 8 under par. One. Oh. No, there's been a lot of danger and a lot of trouble here at 17. In fact, this group had a bit of trouble as well, and I just wonder, I'll have to double check the leaderboard for you, but I wonder if Morrison has just dropped another shot there as well. The par 4, 417 yards here, Farnham, the 17th. At the minute, it's Shergo Al-Kurdi and Nick Marsh, your leaders. Of course, Nick Marsh, a winner on the PGA Euro Pro Tour last year, winner here. He's been a winner on the Clutch Pro Tour, he's been a winner on the ITS 2020 Pro Tour, a very, very capable and very strong player indeed. Wait, the next group are about to come down as well, so we'll catch their shots. So next group coming through here. Remember, do keep your comments coming in. We've had a few come in. Let's watch this shot first, and then we'll put a couple on screen for you. See what you've been saying out there. So we've got a good friend of ours actually in this group as well. This is Jake Bolton, Billy McKenzie and Jacob Hassan. Jacob Hassan is a winner. He's won one of the majors on the Clutch Pro Tour a couple of years ago, scooped the £10,000 prize pot that day, so we know he's a more than capable player, is Hassan. And who knows, we might even be able to grab a word of him after as well. So if you don't want to view the full leaderboard at any time, you can. There is a link in the body of this broadcast. It'll take you straight over there as well. If you are watching it live sport now on YouTube, please do hit subscribe. We've got a lot of golf to bring you throughout the course of 2023. A lot of Mizuno Next Gen Series powered by Clutch Pro Tour to bring you. The ball's nicely up in the air. The line is good. I think it's going to be a little bit short. It's going to need to run on, is it? Can it kick on? Bit of a slope here down to the left as you're looking at it on your screen, but not significantly enough here. Bone dry here at Farnham, though. The weather has been absolutely glorious, although there is a little bit of a breeze right now. Again, as we said, there's been quite a bit of danger over there on the left from the tee. The right, as you're looking at it on the screen, we've been stood here for a good 45 minutes or so now, just watching a few of the groups come through, and that rough over there has been causing havoc for the players. In fact, at one point it caused a little bit of a backlog as well. I do know that a couple of groups actually had to go through, very kindly were allowed to go through just to keep the flow of play moving swiftly as we possibly can. Don't forget, there is a lot of money on the line here. It's a Tier 1 event for Clutch Pro Tour. They have two types, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Obviously Tier 1 is your top grade one. That is where there's a £60,000 prize pot in total on the go. He's managed to knock it out. There is a bunker over there. I think it's going to drop straight into it. I think it does. Let's have a look at some of the comments coming on screen then, shall we? What have you been saying out there? Best place to comment is Live Sport Now on YouTube or at Clutch Pro Tour YouTube channel. A big thank you to our media partners as well. We're also broadcasting Golf Magazine YouTube channel. On Facebook, we are live at Pro Tour. We're live at Mizuno Golf Europe. Live Sport Now, Live Golf Now as well, Golf South Magazine, India Golf Weekly. Big thank you to all of our golf media partners. We're live on Twitter at Clutch Pro Tour as well, Twitch at Live Sport Now, and LinkedIn in Waterhouse. That is me. So there's no excuse not to be watching this glorious Friday afternoon here in the heart of Surrey at Farnham Golf Club. Host venue a couple of years ago. It's a track we know very well indeed. We brought the 3 days of the English Under-18 Championship in 2021. Lottie Woad champion that day. Of course, this is a home course as well, now playing college golf over in America. There is Jacob Hassan. We'll certainly see if I can grab a quick word of him after, find out how his day is going. I wonder if Jacob's dad is here. Shot out of the bunker. It's about as close as he could probably hope to get it as well without thinning it out and running it away quite long. So Jake Bolton, Billy McKenzie and Jacob Hassan in this group, your 10-20 group. So here is Hassan. Go on, make it, make it. Oh. So I'm still waiting for an update from, I've just looked at the leaderboard, and unfortunately Nick Marsh's score hasn't updated since moving through 9 onto the 10th. Certainly he's way through that at the minute. Last time he was joint leader of Shogo Cody. We'll double check that with you as soon as we can get that for you and find out exactly what the score is. But it looks like we've got a joint tie at the top at 9 under at the minute, but that is not the latest numbers. Oh, lovely, lovely putt. There you go, Billy McKenzie there. I think we've got family over here, off to our right. Giving him a big shout out. This is Jake Bolton now. Go on. Oh. Oh. Let's see if we can grab a quick word with Jacob. So I hope my audio is going to be okay, Leon. If it doesn't, just give me a big shout and a big wave. Jacob? Where's the old man?
Oh, he's not coming often this year. He's out working.
It's great to see you. How's it going
He's not
today?
retired like he thinks he is. No,
beautiful track here, right?
I thought I'd see you when I looked through the bush now. I thought there's my mate Ian at the back with his Mizuno cap on. Yeah, yeah, that's going all right. I'm not striking it fantastic, to be fair, but just getting it round, managing my game. You see me, I was quite far back there, just missed an iron. But still, you can find the surfaces and make your four. You got to do that around here.
There's a lot of opportunities, haven't we seen from the leaders? I mean, Nick Marsh hit 6 birdies in the front 9 yesterday. Piers hit 2 eagles in the back 9. So there's opportunities everywhere.
There are. You just got to keep it in play, and it's quite difficult with a win today. And I'm doing the live scoring, so I see what they're at, and I see they've not really kicked on. They might do, I don't know, but it was 9 when I last looked.
It's well, I've got score updates. 11 Marsh.
Okay,
11
well there
under.
you go then.
There you go.
There you go. But it's just playing slightly tougher today, so
Great to see you. Thank you for talking to us. Really appreciate it. Jacob Hassan there, of course, former winner on the Mizuno Next Gen Series, powered by Clutch Pro Tour. That was a couple of years ago. He won one of the major championships. And I do have an update for you. Let's just pop that leaderboard on the screen, because I can tell you Nick Marsh is now leader by 2 at 11 under. He's currently on the 14th as well. I did see Callum McKay around here a minute ago. I think he's run off. He's going to join us on the mic for a little bit. But yes, big breaking news is Marsh now leads by 2. Let's pop the camera actually on the chaps just teeing off. So can Nick Marsh convert? He's on 14 at the minute, so 5 to go. We're going to stick with him. We'll pick him up here at 17 and follow down 18. Par 5 to finish here at Farnham. It's actually a par 5 to start as well, and opportunities. We've seen a lot of birdies here at the par 5 18th. We've seen a couple of birdies. In fact, Nick Marsh birdied the first here as well to get his round off to a perfect start. Was he overnight leader? 64 he shot yesterday, 8 under, as we said before, 6 birdies on the front 9. Very, very impressive. Piers Barrington was also joint leader at 8 under at overnight. He had a more impressive back 9 with those 2 eagles at 11 and 14, I believe. If you ever played Farnham, do tell us. Comment below, let us know. This is now Jacob Hassan. He's about to tee off here at the par 5 18th, Farnham Golf Club. It's the closing stages of the Tier 1 category event on the Mizuno Next Gen Series, powered by Clutch Pro Tour. So there they go, moving off. Now we're going to bring the camera actually back to 17, just because over on the right hand side by the tree, you can see once again for about the 3rd or 4th group in a row, a lot of difficulty over there trying to find balls. They've really struggled with it quite substantially, haven't they? It's been a tough one. Just confirmation, Shogo Akudi is 9 under, tied 2nd with Piers Barrington. Shogo is on the 16th, is on the 14th. He's actually in that group with Nick Marsh as well. Right, I am delighted to say we have a very special guest as well. If you could bring the camera over here, you're going to have to double up with mics, I'm afraid. Here is
no worries.
Callum McKay. Now, Callum, you can hold that if you like, mate.
Thank you very much.
You've been doing quite a bit of work, haven't you?
I'll give you that one.
Hello, everybody. I actually have one here. Callum, you've been doing some great work on the Instagram page.
Thank you very much.
Clutch, haven't you? It's been
a joy.
A bit gimmicky at times, but it's been fun. I saw you in the old flat cap and the old what was it, the old driver yesterday?
Yeah, bringing back the persimmons, why not? It's been good fun, really good fun. I only stopped playing like a month ago, and it's been a real pleasure actually joining the boys at Clutch and watching some good golf from these guys.
Why did you stop playing, Callum?
I wasn't good enough, Ian. That was I suppose that's a simple answer.
Brutal assessment, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know what? Since I've stopped playing, I actually haven't looked back. Like, truthfully, I've really enjoyed picking up the mic and using my knowledge for golf in other ways. And still so nice to be around the game and do it, and loving every minute of it so far.
Well, let's use that knowledge, because I've been at 17 for a while now, and Farnham I know very well. We've broadcast here before. 17, we're looking down now, par 4. Over here on the left side from the tee, right as you're looking at it on the camera by the tree, there's a lot of players have gone over there today, and it's dangerous.
It is. I don't know why they're going everywhere. The game's a lot easier from the middle of the fairway, isn't it?
I'm saying the wind is actually blowing.
It's
off
the left, off the left, off that tee box. It's a tough hole. A lot of the players have said 17 is one of the tougher holes on the golf course, and it's shown that on the scores all week. You can pull the chief out and give it a rip down there. or play a little bit more conservative and take an iron.
What's that?
Exactly. I don't know why people do that. Take the chief out and give that a rip. But like as you said, especially with the wind up, the golf course is firming up now. This back left pin today, it's playing tough, but let's see what these guys can muster up in this group.
Yeah, this is your 10:30 group. Daniel Brooks, David Rudd and James Newton in it coming down. We're going to stay here and pick up Nick Marsh.
This needs to go a little bit on the wind. And a little bit over the back.
Oh, we've got a nasty little hit bounce there, didn't it? It's just kicked it on by a few yards there. Low hanging trees, although it's a straight shot at the flag from there.
I see the old school European bump and run, why not?
The European bump and run, I like it. Look at this, we've got a view of this right down the barrel here.
This is a nice angle. Spin control is going to be a little bit hard coming out that first cut of rough for sure. And with the greens firming up, you need to be in the fairways. It's got to land short. Hoping for a kick. It's going to get one. That's a great golf shot. Sit down now.
Oh, look at that. Stop. Slopes a bit this green. It's very difficult to see on the camera. We've got a very good view of it. But just explain to the viewers the slope of the green here, because it does go, as we're looking at it, right to left, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. From the camera angle, it's definitely right to left. And the front of the green is... there's a nice opening in between the bunkers. As I said, when it's playing this firm, you really got to land it short of that flag and let it release back to it. From the player's view, it's breaking hard out of their left-hand side, all the way sort of into this back portion of the green. It's relatively flat here at the back, but if you might not be able to see on camera, but sort of a good 10, 12 feet just short of that flag is quite a substantial sort of downhill ridge where all the balls are coming off there like lightning, especially down the wind. Hard to stop that. Even we're coming out the fairway with a load of spin on it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is your 10:30 group. Remember, Daniel Brooks, David Rudd and James Newton in it. If you do want to view the leaderboard at any time, you can. There's a link in the body of this broadcast wherever you're watching. We are live, of course, across Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch and LinkedIn. That leaderboard will take you straight through to the Clutch Pro Tours website, and you can view how your favourite player is doing. If anybody has a question as well for Callum whilst he's with us, please do. Is that going to be a little bit short? It's going to go... Oh, wow, that was lucky.
What, he said his morning prayers, Daniel Brooks, this morning.
Oh, my word. Praise be to the golfing lords there. Yes, as I was saying, if you do want to view the full leaderboard, you can. There is a link in the body of this broadcast. If you have a question for Callum as well, I'm sure Callum will be more than happy to answer it. The best place to do that is either at Clutch Pro Tour on YouTube or at Live Sport Now. The live chat is open on both. And if you keep them clean, we can show them on screen. So it's not after 9 o'clock yet. So just bear that in mind. Of course, unless wherever you're watching in the world, we want to say a big thank you, of course, to our broadcast partners. And we are broadcasting all over the world this afternoon, so we'd love to hear from you. It's 9 o'clock somewhere in the world, right?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere for me most of the time, mate.
So we're not far off 5 o'clock here, I think. 25 to nearly 25 to 4 here, Farnham Golf Club in the heart of sunny Surrey. It's round 2. Starting to get close to the conclusion of this Tier 1 event for Clutch Pro Tour. Total prize pot of £60,000. It's quite something, Callum, isn't it?
It is indeed, and the guys at the tour have done such a good job of expanding this tour over the years. I played Clutch back in the dark days of COVID, and to see it expand into
you then, Callum, actually.
I wasn't good enough to get on camera, mate.
I know, we've got the bad players too.
Yeah, that was the comedy section. Probably saw me knife a couple out the bunker or something, I'm not sure. Probably find that on YouTube somewhere, folks. This is David Rudd now, on the back of the green. The Scotsman. He's got a couple of overhanging branches here, but they shouldn't really come into play. I think he's going to try and play sort of a little low bunt and run. He's going to land this a good, maybe 5-6 yards short of the green. I don't think he's going to land it in the fringe. I think he's going to land it in this primary rough, and then the lack of spin on it coming out the cabbage, just take it down towards the flag. Had an excellent tournament at St. Melian, did Ruddy. Oof. good effort there. It's going to trickle by a good 8 feet or so. Hopefully he can knock that in for his par 4. This is Daniel Brooks putting from close to flag high, just on the right hand side. Good putter is Daniel. This is going to go left to right as soon as he gets near the hole off that slope. It's on its way. Needs to get up, needs to get up. Oh. What did Lee Trevino say? 99% of putts short left. Ugh. Can't even get my words out. 100% of putts left short don't go in, folks.
It's very true.
Newton now. For a birdie. Playing with Rudd, he's probably heard that all day, and yes, he can, straight in the middle. That ball's not scared of the dark. David Rudd now for his par. Had a really good tournament at St. Melian, did David Rudd. Followed him round on the last day. Played some stunning golf down there in the wind. Coming from Scotland, obviously knows how to do it. It's been breezy out here today as well.
It's been a bit of a factor today, hasn't it? Callum wasn't here yesterday, but from talking to Jacob and a few players, I said the wind is certainly up a lot more than it was yesterday, and of course that is going to have an impact.
It definitely can, and I think especially as well on this northerly wind, you know, the golf course plays a lot different. The par 5s are, you know, especially with the wind switch, you get a lot of winds a lot of holes are crosswind, and I think that makes this golf course play a little harder. The boys have put some exceptional scores out there, but especially with conditions how they are, it's just hit the low lip there, David. Especially with conditions how they are, you know, we've seen the golf course change, you know, over the 2 days. Yesterday morning was sort of soft and rather gettable, not a puff of breeze up there. And you come out here this afternoon now, the golf course is starting to brown out and bake, and it's still absolutely gorgeous, it has to be said. The greenskeeping team here at Farnham have done an excellent job. But
I spoke to one of the assistant pros a little bit earlier in the club shop, and he was saying it's the best he's ever seen the course. And he's been here a few years as well. It's not like it just started last week. So I tell you something, fair play to everybody here at Farnham. They know how to put on a tournament as well. As we know, only 2021 they hosted the English Under-18 Championship. We brought you 3 days of that live as well. So we've walked the fairways my footprints are probably still knocking around here somewhere from that particular event. Right, next group coming through, your 1040 group, Max Orr and Jake McGoldrick, Leon Fricker coming through. Kind of question for you, we know Nick Marsh is 11 under. What's going to get it done?
Well, we never know in the game of golf, I always say that, but
No fence sitting.
I know, bring me on sitting on the fence. I think 12 is a really good number. I said that at the beginning of the day. I think 12 will be an outright win. I think if he can stay at 11...
he leads by 2, so it's a good chance, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing we've seen a lot of, though, Callum, is that Farnham, fairly unique, par 5 to start, par 5 to finish. And both Nick and Piers, I think, both actually birdied the first. And there's a big opportunity at 18 as well to end on a birdie.
Huge, especially playing down out the left, or majority of it out the left. Especially if you can thread the needle with the Chief on 18, you've got a really, really good chance at a birdie 4 playing down the wind second shot. I mean, today in the wind, it's only going to be a mid-iron for if these boys can get it all the way up there, and with it playing downhill to the green, you get a bounce. I mean, some of these guys, the length they hit it now, they might be going in with 9-iron. And when you put the calibre of player you've got out here with a 9-iron in their hand, they're not thinking birdie on a par 5, they're thinking eagle. Yeah. So there's a lot that can happen out here still. I saw Nick Marsh play some fantastic golf yesterday, it has to be said. Held his own, but it's...
He's outrageously consistent. I've seen Nick Marsh win on the Clutch Pro Tour, I've seen him win on Euro Pro, I've seen him win on the 2020 Pro Tour. he is a bit of a machine, actually, is Mr. Marsh, but it just goes to show how difficult it is to crack it, doesn't it?
It does.
The upper echelons, certainly over here in Europe, but opportunities like the Clutch Pro Tour are now the way, isn't it, really? It's the pathway, really, this now. Of course,
it is indeed. That is for sure. And, you know, it's like I said earlier, the Clutch Tour have worked so hard to get the Challenge Tour starts that they have and put the prize money up that they are putting up for these guys. And, you know, credit has to go to the guys at the top of the tour for doing that and providing the opportunity for these players to extend their careers further. You know, there isn't one guy out here that doesn't want to compete at the very top. And in order to get there, yes, you have to play well, but you have to be given that opportunity, and that's what these guys are doing.
You need a scorecard in hand, don't you? And this is a great way of doing it. And listen, there's a good prize pot. I forgot, it's about 10,000, I think, to the winner or so, isn't it? It's not a bad week's work, that.
Yeah, it comes on one of those big checks as well. I don't mind one of them. Have you ever had one of them? No. Give me one of them big checks.
I don't think you get them for £10.
No. You definitely don't get them for missed cuts, mate.
That's about the most I've ever won.
That's a great shot in there by Leon Fricker. Little flick with a wedge. Controlled the spin so well there down the slope. Jake McGoldrick now, fantastic season last year. So consistent is Jake.
We must say as well, these are actually the later groups as well. It's done a little bit different, isn't it? Because there's no cut. It's played over 2 rounds. What they've actually done this time is some of the players who are, shall we say, over par by a margin, they're actually going out later just to ensure that we can definitely get these guys through. And of course, if we were to require a playoff, it does mean the first would be free for that as well. But as it stands at the minute, it is Nick Marsh leading away at 11 under par. I think they're just trying to hurry play along a little bit. We have seen it back up a little bit down here at 17. As we've mentioned a few times, that tree has been a bit peppered over there on the right hand side.
Yeah, the rules official hanging around permanently on 17 today, is he?
Yeah, we had to walk all the way here. Kind of no buggy for Ez.
No
all
buggy.
The rules officials have taken him.
Max on in there, shaving edges. Good player is Max. I actually played with him at St Melian last year. Unfortunately, he had to WD with a back injury, but a serious player. Max played on the European Tour at the highest level. Trying to get back to those heights. Jamie McGoldrick now. It's a great look. It's a little bit down the hill. Got to be a little bit wary of your pace, but this is maybe just outside the left edge.
Is it really nice having a look from here?
Don't know if you push that, can't quite see from this angle, don't know if you just push that slightly or it broke across the hole. Leon now, after hitting a delightful wedge in there, and it just past flag high. This is a good chance from about 7 feet, 6 feet. Well, if Leon lies down, I'll be able to tell you how far it is. This guy's about 6'6". He's an absolute unit. He can mash the golf ball.
See, whenever I interview Leon, I have to get a step ladder.
Yeah. So do most people.
Because I'm only 5'7". He's got about a foot on me.
Yeah, give it a fist pump, mate. Why
That's
not?
it.
Bernie on the card.
That's what we like. We like every emotion captured live. That's what we like to see. We are live, we're right by the side of the course. That's the reason why we have to whisper at times, because no studio for us. We're doing this.
Yeah, it's in, Max.
There we go.
Yeah, side door.
A couple of comments have been coming as well. Peter Tobbett says, shout out to the members of the stable at Farnham Golf Club. Looking forward to playing this tough setup this weekend. Peter, there you go. I hope you're getting a few tips from the pros here. Somebody did ask us actually about how people can play on Clutch Pro Tour. Callum or Mizuno Next Gen Series, powered by Clutch Pro Tour. It's a pro event, isn't it? So how do people get involved?
People can get involved if you go to the Clutch Pro Tour website. All the information you really need is there. It's there's a Tier 1 and Tier 2. So the Tier 2 was actually at the beautiful Farnham Golf Club.
Not far, not a million miles away.
No,
from here,
not
actually.
a million miles away. Over in Berkshire, just outside Reading this week. Their event finished yesterday. So the tour is split into Tier 1 and Tier 2. You can play on the tour. If you are a member of the tour, you have to pay your membership fee at the beginning of the year, and then you can pay your entry fee to get into the events. The Tier 1 events are pretty much full the whole way through. But you can play your way onto the Tier 1 events by entering the Tier 2 and climbing up the ranks through Tier 2 and getting onto the Tier 1 and playing out here with these guys. To be fair, when you look through the schedule, when you look at the courses that both Tier 1 and Tier 2 play, and the money that's up for grabs on both, again, just shows the calibre of field within both tiers and the venues that they go to. I mean, there's not one bad venue on the schedule.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it? I mean, as you said, Farnham Golf Club, for a Tier 2, we were there actually a couple of years ago with Clutch for one of their main events. That was before the tour split, of course, into two. In fact, that was, you might be playing that day, Callum. That was during the COVID era. I think we were just coming out of it then. But again, Farnham is another very, very impressive track as well.
And Tier 1, you know, when you look at the places they're going to, you know, head over to the Manor House over there in Bristol in a couple of weeks. Tanridge, staying in Surrey next week, and then the boys and players are heading over to Northern Ireland, Clandeboy and Galgorm Castle, all the way up there to Newcastle, Slaley Hall. There's some fantastic venues that these guys and girls are going to.
Right, here is Leon Fricker now, about to rip one down, 18, par 5 to finish here. Lots of opportunity. Callum's got eyes on it, I hope, because I haven't.
Well, folks, if you need to know how to hit a little fade on a left to right wind and hit the middle of the fairway, go back and hit screen record on that, because that's where that is. Absolutely ripped down the middle.
Well, it's decided to blow a gale now as well, hasn't it? Here's Jake McGoldrick. You can probably see the trees billowing in the back there.
This is hanging down the right hand side. Should get over that tree though, the length that Jake has. Perfect. Right fairway. That's a long way up there today. That's what I mean by this 18th hole and how much drama it's going to bring later on.
Oh yes.
With the wind how it is, we're going to see some real excitement coming down here. Max Oren last to play. Also out with the Chief, why not? Didn't come here to lay up, folks.
Well, that's actually a good point, isn't it? You think if you've only got 2 rounds, a lot of the times actually when we first got involved with Clutch Pro Tour, they were just 1 rounds, and you know, you just got to go for it, haven't you? You know, it's all or nothing really. Next group just coming down, 17 as well. Let's stick with them. Watch their approach shots here. Par 4, 17th. It's caught a lot of people out, and again over on the left there's danger as well. When I spoke to Jacob Hassan, he said just keep it in play. I mean, it usually helps that, doesn't it?
That is a vital part. That's a great shot in there, right past the flag. Tough to get any sort of spin as well. As I said, there's that sort of little downslope, sort of 12 feet shy of that flag.
So we are. You're welcome to join us, Leon, at the end. Come back.
I'm coming back.
Yeah. Right, in this group actually, we've got Shogo Alkurdi in this one, of course, tied second at the minute, 9 under par. Double check the leaderboard. In fact, have we got any shots about to be played? I think, yeah, there is. So let's just stay with the main camera. As soon as they start walking up, we'll bring the leaderboard on screen for you so you can see for yourself. But Thomas Thurlaway also in it, and William Nimmo. This is your 1050 group. Don't forget, if you do want to access the full leaderboard, we'll show it on screen in a minute, but if you want to access the full leaderboard, there's a link in the body of this broadcast. Give it a click. And if you want to have your say, we want to hear from you. How impressed have you been with what you've seen so far? Have you played on a Clutch Pro Tour? Have you played Farnham Golf Club? To get your comments in, we are live across YouTube at Live Sport Now, at Clutch Pro Tour, and at Women in Golf Magazine too.
That's Shogo Alkurdi. He's playing from over there in the Jungle Book over there. That is deep cabbage.
Run off over here, so a little bit of trouble then for the man who's tied second at the minute.
Tom Thurloway's in a different postcode over there from Shergo. Could fit a football pitch in between those two.
He's in Hampshire, I think.
Yeah. This is a tough angle over the bunker, down the breeze.
It's running straight at you. Well dodged, Leon.
Straight into the camera lens.
Do you know, in all the years we've been broadcasting golf, 4 years now, Leon's never been hit by a golf ball. Been in buggies when they've hit the roof. You got close that time, Leon. Almost needed a new knee there.
Game of inches.
Right, we've got actually Imogen Courtney is playing, isn't she? And I believe she's just turned pro, is that right?
She turned pro yesterday.
Yes.
Actually, I have to give a shout out. A member of my golf club just down the road in Surrey, West Hill.
Oh, I know West Hill.
Beautiful Heathland. If anyone needs to get over there and.
Oh, nice, yeah. Oh,
if you drop my name, you'll probably be asked to leave immediately. So, but no. Imogen, fantastic player. Just come off a college career playing out in the States. Her brother's also playing. Lawrence Courtney played this morning. Not quite. He shot 2 under yesterday. Not quite sure he got on today. But no, I wish Imogen all the best in her professional career. Had a fantastic amateur career and really good player.
It's really nice to see them going pro, isn't it? Taking that next step.
It's a Tom Furloway apologising.
It's over there, Tom. It's a shame he could have knocked it back. Of course, we jest, of course.
Yeah.
People didn't actually. A little Rabona to knock it back onto the green.
Yeah. He's a real character, the tour is Tom Thurloway. Always a pleasure to have around.
So we're going to stay here at 17 till we follow Nick Marsh. Only a couple of groups behind, actually. So we are starting to get towards the closing stages of this Tier 1 event on the Mizuno Next Gen Series, powered, of course, by Clutch Pro Tour.
Tom's
still not updated though. Callum still Marsh 11 under through 13, although he's a little bit further down the road. As we know, Shergo's 9 under 2 back. He is just off to our right.
Tom Furloway just trying to work out where he's going to pitch this. The grass is growing back into him.
Where's his landing spot here, Callum?
Well, from where he was looking, I think he's going to try and almost play a little low one. Try and land this sort of just short of the fringe and just let him run out. The wind is back into him though. That needs to get up, I think. Oh, he's played it really nicely. What a fantastic golf shot.
Go on.
Fantastic touch.
He knew the camera was here, that's why.
Yeah. Always performs in front of camera, does old Tom. Very, very good player. Hits it a country mile. Lost in a playoff last week down at the Players Club, so obviously got some good form. This is Shergo.
Well, he's going well here, actually. He's tied 6th at the minute, 7 under, so he's in the money.
This is Shergo now. From long left of this 17th green. Ball back in the stars, just trying to pop it forward. Might need to sit down. Yeah,
just going to run away.
That primary rough just didn't hold it up.
Unfortunately,
it's going to run away.
Might be his chances of the title as well.
It's one of those at 17 down here today. It's downwind. It's a driver and a flick, you know, for most guys. But when the wind is this strong, if you don't put the ball in the fairway and the greens how firm they are, you know, as lush as the rough is around the greens with the good growth that we've had over the last couple of weeks, it becomes really, really difficult to just rely on your short game to keep making up and downs. This is William now. Yeah, nice view. This should have a little bit of right to left in it, especially when it gets near the hole. Back up the hill slightly into the breeze. Needs to go.
Pushing left, isn't it? He's always missing.
Always missing left, wouldn't it?
So we've got 2 tied in the clubhouse, Conor O'Rourke and Paul Maddy, your clubhouse leaders at 8 under. Out on the course, so Nick Marsh is the man leading the way at 11.
8 under. Good week's work. I'll be sitting out on the lovely veranda, cappuccino in hand, watching the golf unfold. This is Shogo now for a par to stay at 9, I think he is. This is a solid 30 odd feet, and this has got some break in it, folks, left to right. It's going to break hard left to right as soon as it gets anywhere near the hole.
It's called Clutch Pro Tour for a reason, isn't it? And this is an ultimate clutch putt here.
I like that from you, Ian.
Sure.
That's going to be a bogey 5. As he makes the walk back to the 18th tee. Be muttering himself, why have I hit it in the trees on the right? Tom Furlaway after a beautiful pitch from long of the green. He made that look a lot easier than it was. And he can tap that in for a 4. Deserves a round of applause there. That's a great up and down.
Right, so let's just pop the live leaderboard on the screen. We've got, it looks like a lost ball again over on the right hand side. So let's just pop the leaderboard on screen so you can see how things are panning out. Remember, you can access that leaderboard at any time. Wherever you're watching this right now, there's a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to the Golf Genius side of the Clutch Pro Tour website, and you can have a little scroll through and see how everybody's doing. As we said, Nick Marsh leading the way at the minute. Shogo Arkody, I think he might have just dropped a shot there as well to drop back to 8. Piers Barrington also in that final group as well, with Nick Marsh at 9 under, although we think there might be a hole or 2 further on. It says they're on 14, they might actually probably be on 15 at the minute, I would have thought. Conor O'Rourke and Paul Maddy in the clubhouse at 8 under par. So that is how things look here at Farnham Golf Club on the Mizuno Next Gen Series powered by Clutch Pro Tour. It's day 2. We are starting to get towards the closing stages here. We're going to be live right to the very end. You will see and hear from the winner, if they're still here.
Yeah.
Unless something happens quite dramatic at the end. We're at the 7th. It's proved quite difficult for a lot of the players, but I'm pleased to say we do have a little video to play for you. We're down here at the green. Got a little flyover for you. So let's roll the VT of hole 17 here at Farnham Golf Club so you can see what the players are faced with. Thanks. Right, there we go. I was just having a little break. That's Lottie Wode's dad. Of course, Lottie Wode of Farnham Golf Club fame, playing out in America now. Name to remember, Lottie Wode. Certainly going to be playing. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes it to the LPGA. I don't want to put too much pressure on her, but she's some player, I can tell you that. Back at 17 now, and I think Marsh only leads by 1, because we think Piers Barrington birdied 14 and Marsh only parred it. So that was one of the conversations I was having.
Things are getting tight.
Things are getting tight indeed, yes. And they're only a couple of groups behind, I think. So we'll pick them up and follow them all the way down 17 and 18.
This is Joe Harvey from the left rough. Oh, I think he's got a bit unlucky there. I think he was expecting that to land firm on the front there, like we've seen coming out the rough. No spin, just landed soft on him. That's Scott Gregory over there in the white shirt on the left hand side of your screen. Scott Gregory, the amateur champion, down at Royal Porthcruel.
So yeah, only 2 groups back actually. They'll be coming up to the 16th green very shortly. Will Nick Marsh, Piers Barrington and Jacob Oakley. Jacob Oakley's just dropped back a little bit, hasn't he? But really it looks at the minute it's all between Marsh and Barrington in that final group. It's what we like though, isn't it, Callum? A bit of a grandstand finish.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's why those guys practice as hard as they do and enjoy the game. You want to be in the heat of battle on the final day. That's what they put the hours in for. What they do the practice for. You just hope at the end of it that you come out on top.
Yeah, right, here we are, 17 of course. There is a bunker there, isn't there? So you have to go up and over.
Lobbed it over.
Stop, stop, stop. Right on the fringe there. Scott Gregory, Taylor Paul and Joe Harvey teed off at 11 o'clock this morning. We are live at Farnham Golf Club for this Tier 1 event on the Mizuno Next Gen Series. £60,000 prize pot, £10,000 to the winner. It could be season changing.
That it could be. Especially in the terms of the Order of Merit. Season-long Order of Merit, which all gets concluded at the Tour Championships at the beautiful Royal Norwich in October.
Oh, yes, we were at Royal Norwich last year, actually, again with Clutch Pro Tour. Very nice.
Beautiful championship links, isn't it? Really, really
quite
is.
Quite a new club as well, actually, isn't it, Royal Norwich?
Yeah, quite a modern design, modern, lovely clubhouse, great facilities. Just a beautiful day out. Real test of golf for any level. But a lot of golf to be played between then and now.
Still a long, long, long way to go.
Long season. This is Joe Harvey from the front right of this green on 17. Saw Shergo have not a too dissimilar putt. This might be a little bit longer than the putt Shergo had last group. This is up the hill, it's left to right, and then it's down the hill from about there. Needs to just break a little bit. He's made a good effort of that. Joe should be able to knock that in.
You can see that leading group with Nick Marsh and Piers Barrington are on the 16th green now, not on the tee box for 17. They haven't just teed off, but they're the group behind that, and we're going to follow them down 18. I'm pleased to say a lot of it is downhill as well, which is good for our legs.
You had a long week. Taylor Paul on the way. Good stroke. Get there.
He just needed one more Weetabix this morning, didn't he? And that would have gone in.
Scott Gregory now from the back edge. This has got a little bit of right to left in it. Relatively flat actually from this part, not as uphill as Taylor's part. Being the amateur champion and having played at Augusta, I think he might be used to a bit of slope, Scott. This needs to break. Oh, it actually went too much. It's going to be a bogey 5 after finding a fairway bunker off the tee, what it looked like. Joe Harvey. After finding the GUR, should be able to knock this in for his 4. And he can.
Yes.
Wasting daylight there, really. Just pick it up, Joe. Good.
Right, we'll watch this group tee off actually, because the group behind us still got a little bit of a way to go. So we'll just follow them around to the 18th tee box there. Whilst they do that, let's just pop that leaderboard onto the screen for you again. It's not quite fully up to date. Nick Marsh, we believe, is your leader at 11 under, but we're not totally certain, but we think Piers Barrington is at 10. It says they're through 13. It says they're on 14. They're not. They're on the 16th green right now as we speak. So we are missing 2 holes. So anything could happen, quite frankly, Callum.
That it can. That it can.
We are joined by the master of the Clutch Pro Tour Instagram page, who has been having a very fun time of it. Do go check out the Clutch Pro Tour Instagram, by the way, to catch Callum, because you've been having a bit of a giggle, haven't you? You've been a light-hearted, humorous look, but serious as well.
Oh, well, I think that, when you do anything, it should represent who you are. I like to think myself as light-hearted but serious at the right times as well. But, I think I know how demanding this game can be, and I think sometimes, it needs to be a little bit light-hearted and fun as well. We all obviously get down to the serious moments when you're coming down the stretch, but I think for the majority of the time you've got to kick back and have a relax and have some fun with it as well.
Kick back, relax and have some fun.
It is a game at the end of the day.
It is. It's also it is a game. It's also their living as well.
That is true.
Which is, you often hear the whole slow play argument, don't you? Sort of put through, and it's highlighted at the very top of the game with the PGA Tour, etc. But you've got to remember, these players are playing for money, they're playing for their livelihood. So yeah, it might well take 5 hours or longer to get round. It's not just you and me, Callum, going for a jolly up on a Wednesday morning and we can just whiz around if we want, or every shot could be worth a lot of money. So get it wrong and it can cost you an awful lot. Get it right, it can make you a lot.
That is very true. And from someone that's been there very recently, I can tell you that when you're on a bad stretch, you end up counting pennies. You're playing for every scratch you can. And it's an absolute ripper from Taylor Poole, straight down the middle.
I do have a score update for you as well. So they've finished at 16 now, so they haven't updated it from there. But Nick Marsh 12 under, Barrington 10 under, so Marsh still leads. And I'm delighted to say Leon Fricker is up here now as well.
That's Scott Gregory with the iron. He is.
And he's not particularly happy with that one. Leon, if you could just bring the camera around to Leon Fricker here. Look at that. He's got himself one of these single-seater buggies here. I wonder if we can get Leon, you want to come over and have a quick chat with us, if that's all right? Here he comes. You come in the middle. You're the star of the show, not us. We'll need that microphone actually, Callum, for that. But Leon, you finished your 2 rounds. How's it been there?
It's been fun, mate. It's been good fun, yeah. It's been good fun. This is definitely the highlight of the week, without a doubt.
You were in the later groups though, going through, so game's in good shape.
I'm managing it right now. Yeah, managing it. It's coming along. It's getting there.
That's a polite way for saying it's not quite there yet.
It's not quite there yet, but
we're going to get there.
I have a question for you. I want to know how drastically the golf course has changed over 2 days of being here, because yesterday morning we saw soft conditions. You know, the guys were lighting it up. You know, it seemed type of golf course you could really get at. And you know, just watching the back of 17 here and some of the play today, it almost feels like you're sort of hanging on a little bit on some parts of the golf course. What did you think of it out there?
Yeah, for sure. I think the wind has really firmed the golf course up a lot, and it's making everyone think a lot more, having to pick landing spots. If you just watch that shot, that was mental. He's pitched it in the perfect spot, but it's a little bit of pot luck out there, but it's good fun.
But you've enjoyed the golf course this week, Farnham?
Yeah, it's a great course. Really good fun.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And talk us a little bit about your schedule for the rest of the season. You playing most of the Tier 1 events? Clutch. You are clutch.
Baby.
Tied 23rd, Leon. 4 under.
Yeah.
You out next week then, I'll take it, and going to go for the big W, yeah?
Yeah, dead right.
Fantastic. We'll turn the camera around and let's watch the action, shall we? Cheers, mate. Thank you.
This is Brandon Robinson Thompson on the back of the green here in the flamboyant red shirt. Niall Powell in the bunker, getting the laser out. I don't think I've ever seen that one from a greenside bunker, I have to say. All for the stats these days, aren't they? All for the stats.
Absolutely. It's a far cry from how the game used to be 30 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, score update for you. Marsh is in control. He's 13 under. He leads by 3, and he's just teed off here at 17 as well. So it's in Nick Marsh's hands right now.
Three ahead, 2 to play. Sounds commanding, but that's why we love the game of golf, isn't it? Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
That's not a power from the bunker, trying to play the chunk and release. Yeah, just a little
Never
bit
going to be able to
shy.
get enough run on it, is it? It's pretty impressive from Marsh, isn't it? I know he's still got 2 holes to go, and 17 has caused problems, but 8 under 64 yesterday. He's currently 5 under for today's round. That is a man on form.
It certainly is. Let's see, watch Brandon putt here through the first cut and then the fringe. Stays up, it's good. Just a bit shy of pace. He certainly is, you know, and I had the pleasure of speaking to Nick yesterday post round. I think if you I don't care what golf course it is, anytime you're making 5 birdies on the spin like you did yesterday, you are golfing your ball pretty well, and that is a guy that is obviously in total control of what he's doing. And I don't think it comes as a real, you know, it's not a shock. You know, this is a guy that's been around, paid his dues, and you know, we'll see over the last 2 if he can get it done. But he's
Broadhurst here as well. He's all winner on clutch. I think it was last year. I think at the Oxfordshire. We were there for that. Of course, Paul Broadhurst's son, isn't it?
It is indeed. Chipping from just over the back. That's a little heavy-handed.
That would have been the putter for me. Too scared of the.
That would have been the putter for me as well.
Too scared from there. I'll probably putter from the fairway dash down there.
You and I sound like we've got the same game. Seen better hands on a clock.
Good job we're not playing. I think the round will take about 7 hours.
Yeah, we'd only be teeing off now.
We wouldn't be allowed to play.
Yeah,
Would have missed a cut and there's no cut.
Yeah, missed by 1. Tough week. As that leading group look like they're back in the fairway. That looks like Piers Barrington stuck behind the trees on the left hand side back there. Nick Marsh looks like he's absolutely centre cut along with Jacob Oakley. But up here on the green, this is Niall Powell. This is for a par 4. This is up the hill, just outside the left. Haven't seen many hold this putt.
Can he hit it hard enough and get it there? Nope. I've been saying this actually a lot of these opening tournaments on Clutch. English springtime, early season greens. They're those type of greens that you have to hit putts with a lot of authority for it to hold its line. As good as these surfaces are here at Farnham, if you're not hitting putts with authority, not that they're bobble offline, but they just break so hard offline so quick. You see the guys that shoot low numbers, they've obviously got their putting boots on, no doubt, but just think they look like they hit putts with such authority. Type of putts that are hitting the back of the hole, not dribbling in the front,
That was a bit of a tentative approach then by Paul, as it didn't work, and understandably he's a little bit frustrated with himself there.
Yeah, erase that one from the memory pronto. Brandon now, hopefully just finishing up for his par 4. Knock it in, head to the 18th tee. Which you can do.
Right, here we go. The final group about to come through. Well, not the final group in total actually, but the final group of the leaders. Nick Marsh come down. He leads by 3. Let's pop that live leaderboard on screen very quickly for you. Now, how impressive is this when the going gets tough? Not that it's really got going particularly tough for Nick Marsh. He is 4 under for the back 9 alone here. There's not a blemish on the back 9. He's had 2 bogeys all tournament, 15 birdies. This is a man who is only got one eye on one thing, and that is a giant W once he pulls out at 18. I don't want to speak too soon. Commentator's curse, of course, is a terrible, terrible thing, isn't it? But surely, if he can get away at worst with a par here, then the 18th isn't the trickiest of holes, dare I say it, Callum, to finish up on?
No, par 5 finish. You've always got options, especially par 5. Can knock an iron off the tee, lay it up, give yourself a wedge. But, sometimes that's when you're under the pressure. If you don't stick to the usual game plan that you have, that's when you make the errors. That's a fantastic shot by Nick in there. Controlling the spin perfectly.
He goes and delivers that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's and he's another. That was his second shot, wasn't it? So he's
That
actually
was.
got a birdie
Got a
opportunity
birdie
here.
chance.
At a hole that we've seen a lot of very good players struggle at. He is.
And this is Piers Barrington on the right-hand side. He's in trouble. He's just chipped out.
There's not a lot he could do, is
No.
there? And he's going to get away
Not
at best
all.
with a par here.
And as much as these guys are going for W's, Piers is now in a position where, there's a lot up for grabs for second place as well. You're talking about a lot of money for these guys.
Absolutely.
And, soon there's a lot of big difference between solo second and tied.
I'm not sure the prize breakdown below second, but below first, but I can imagine it's 4 figures for coming second.
It is indeed.
And the rest,
That is
I
it.
think it's right. I think I saw something drop in the tree.
That is a fantastic shot in there from Nick Marsh, isn't it? I mean, you could not go and place that ball any more in the centre of the green.
It's plumb centre actually, isn't it? If you were to measure it.
Flag high, 20 feet right. Couldn't have drawn that
Here's
up
your final
anywhere.
group. Nick Marsh, Jacob Oakley, and
This looks deep,
Barrington.
and it is.
Well avoided, Leon. Second time. Done well. Yeah. One of the spectators says, stand in the hole. Yeah, it might be wise moving a little bit here. Stand in the hole. Yeah. Well, it's been a wonderful couple of days play here at Farnham. Don't forget you can access the leaderboard via that link in the body of this broadcast. But if you do want to have your say, the live chat is open. If you're watching it live spot now or Clutch Pro Tour on YouTube, do hit subscribe as well, because it helps us bring you even more live golf. We've got a lot coming up for you, including more Mizuno Next Gen Series Clutch Pro Tour. We've got the Amateur League Trilby Tour coming up for you live this year as well. So plenty of live golf. It's all free to air, free to watch. There's no paywalls here, no subscriptions required. Just head over to Live Sport now on YouTube. You can watch it all.
This is Piers Barrington taking relief from crosswalk down there, some GUR area. He looks like he's got about, I'd say this is 85 yards maybe. This is down the wind, and again, as I've been saying, there's that downslope just short of the flag, which makes this incredibly tough. He is coming from the fairway, but it's one of those where he's almost too close to get any real raz on it. This is going to require some touch, folks. Might even try and just bring this in a little lower and just let it skip back there. Back of the stance and just run it out. I was trying to play a big ripper. Spin. I'll tell you what, he's got the distance absolutely spot on. Might have just pulled it a touch. This is the ball of Jacob Oakley over the back.
It's Liam Frick is having he's having too much fun actually on that little buggy, isn't he? He's actually enjoying himself a little bit too much, I think. Now there is a drain cover there, isn't there? So that's the reason why he's marking him. Going to drop it back.
Free full relief.
I'll say drain cover. It's a sprinkler head, actually, I think, isn't it? Same thing, isn't it, really?
This is a tough little shot he's got here. The grass is lush and all growing straight back into him. The breeze is back into him as well. It looks like he's got the lofted club up. He's going to try and land this on the putting surface. He's done that. He's just taken it. That's a good touch.
Oh, lovely.
Very, very good.
Lovely.
These guys spend hours practicing their short game. Such a get out of jail card.
So, in this group, Nick Marsh, all in navy blue. Jacob Oakley there in the blue top. Sorry, not Jacob, that's Piers, isn't it? With the sort of joggies on, actually, very fashionable.
Are you a joggies fan?
Yeah, I'm a hoodies fan. I'm very much a fan of modernising the game a little bit, you know, but without being scruffy though, you know.
Looks rather different to the outfit I was wearing earlier.
Less about that, Callum. I want to know what you get up to in your spare time.
My tweed jacket.
Oh, that one. Oh. That's something else in my head. Lots of leather, it was.
This is Nick Marsh for a birdie 3 to get to 14 under par and extend his lead at the top. I'll tell you, if he pauses in the middle, he's going to have a much more relaxing walk going down the last. I know anything can happen, but you can get 3-shot swings rather easy. 4 is a different story. This is up the hill, left to right. We haven't seen anyone get it there. Can Nick? He certainly can.
Oh my
That
word.
is dead centre, and he gives it the fist pump, and so he should.
I'm trying to clap, but I'm holding a microphone, and it was like one of those really pathetic. Nick Marsh goes to 14 under par. He's going to hold at least a 4-shot lead coming down 18. That was impressive stuff. Now his dad's actually on his bag as well. I always find it incredible how much they look alike. Like literally spitting image. I mean, they are father son, so I suppose they will, but like really, it's like spitting image.
How good is that? We haven't seen anyone get that putt to the hole all afternoon, and then the leader just pouring it in the middle.
You can't touch Nick Marsh's putter now because it's literally on fire.
Yeah, the hole must look like a bucket when you shoot 8 under yesterday, and what's that? He's got to 6 today with a par 5 to play. Piers Barrington, this is down the hill, right to left. This has got some break on it. Yeah, just backs away. There's a big gust of wind that's just come up there. Don't blame him. It is blowing.
I'm more concerned about his ankles getting cold.
It certainly is blowing out here. It is beautiful blue skies, but the wind is howling. This is for a par 4 after hitting it in the right rough off of the tee and having to pitch out. Oh, he's hit the high lip. That was a very good putt. Gave it a run. Hits the high lip. That's going to drop him back to 8 under. Or 9.
9, I think. Yeah.
Drop Piers back to 9. And knocks it in for his bogey 5. As I said earlier, he just needs to settle down there a bit now. Take a deep breath, compose yourself, get to the 18th tee. Still a lot to play for.
Yeah, there is. We're going to we'll stay here and actually film them teeing off, and then walk down 18 with them final hole. Sorry, Callum, I just bumped into you there. So we believe if that's the case, Piers Barrington drops to 9 under. Now this does matter for Piers as well, because okay, trades Nick Marsh by 5, so you have to say it's going to take something quite dramatic here for Nick Marsh to throw this one away. However, outright second is up for grabs for Piers if he can birdie 18. He's on 9 under at the minute. Shogo Al-Kurdi's in the clubhouse at 9. He's your current clubhouse leader. So, you know, this matters for Piers. A birdie here will give him outright second. Well, what a day we've had so far. Do keep your comments coming in. I want to say a big thank you to Callum as well for joining us.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Callum, if we do want to watch more of your content, where do we go?
Go to the Clutch Pro Tour Instagram page. You can find all the stuff that I do with the tour. And they're grateful enough to have me along for the ride. It's all light-hearted, hopefully serious as well. But you can log on, go and follow the Clutch Pro Tour Instagram page. And everything you need to know about the tour is on there as well. This is Nick Marsh. He's going for...
He's taking the safe option,
He's
isn't he?
pulled the iron out here.
Just take it home. Doesn't have to do anything silly.
This is left centre of the fairway. Absolutely golden. No trouble whatsoever in the short grass.
That's 1 down for Nick on his way, surely, to picking up another win here on the Mizuno Next Gen Series. It's going to be a big one here at Farnham Golf Club for him. A winner across multiple tours, including the Euro Pro last year. Of course, no more Euro Pro.
That's Jacob Oakley on the way with the Chief, but this is right. That is right in the woods. And is partying with Blue and Mowgli in the Jungle Book. There's not much good down the right hand side there. Looks like he's got a hand up there. Someone's found it. Piers Barrington now. He's out with the Chief as well. As Ian said, this is a big hole for him. Birdie to take, solo second.
Yeah, confirmation then. Callum, just so everybody knows exactly where we are. Nick Marsh 14 under par, leads by 5 from Piers Barrington and Shogo Al-Kurdi, both on 9 under, but Al-Kurdi is in the clubhouse, so Barrington needs a birdie here for outright second. That is how it stands. Nick Marsh is surely heading towards victory here. 8 under yesterday.
This is absolutely
quite remarkable.
Right,
With 6
straight
under
down the
today. We'll let the players come through and we'll follow behind down 18, the par 5 to finish off here. Whilst we wait for them to catch up, we've got a little flyover as well to play you of 18, so what the players can expect as they finish up here at Farnham Golf Club. Let's roll the tee.
Hammered next week?
No, I don't think. Right, everybody, welcome back. There you go. That's a flyover of 18 here at Farnham Golf Club. But we've said it a few times. There is danger. There's trees either side, as you can see, but not the hardest finishing hole. In fact, a huge opportunity to get a birdie, isn't there, really, Callum?
It is indeed. 500-yard par 5 is not long by any modern day standards.
No, not for these players. Anyway, it's a long way for me, but
and me as well. But wind off the left today. It does narrow this gap up considerably that these players are walking through here. Jacob Oakley there, you can see the dangers out on the right hand side. There is not a lot of good going on down there. But Nick Marsh, centre left. That is exactly where you want to be with a 5-shot lead. Piers Berrington absolutely rifled the Chief straight up the middle. He's not going to have very far in, down the wind, down the hill. Generous flag today as well on this green. Can't quite see the green from the low point down here. 18 on, 8 out of the right hand side, sort of in the middle.
yeah, it's been a tough old day for Jacob Oakley. He's actually 8 over for his round. It's not been a generous one, has it? I think more of a learning curve today, I think, than anything. He knows he can go low, proved that yesterday, and today, unfortunately, just hasn't quite worked out for him. What goes through your mind, Callum? I mean, I'm saying it as if it's happened to you. I'm not sure it hasn't, but you've gone low on day 1 and then day 2 just doesn't go your way. And you know, what's the feeling going into the clubhouse after a poor round?
Yeah, I think it's obviously tough because you're disappointed, but I think it's, you know, the cliche thing to say is just to learn from it, but it's actually analysing what you've done, and in terms of, you've actually got to analyse down to how you psychologically felt. Like, you know, how did you feel this morning on the tee? Did you feel good? Did you feel bad? Was there things that I did different? How was my warm-up? Did I have the same routine? You know, and when you're trying to get to the very, very top of the game, that's what these guys do. You know, it's, you know, the modern day athlete now, the data there is extortionate. You know, these guys have sleep monitors and all of this, and, you know, how did I sleep last night? How did I prepare for the day? Was there anything that I did different? What did I eat for breakfast this morning? You know, it comes down to so finite margins in this game. It's not just all about the golf, and you have to go and reflect on all those things as well as, obviously, as well as the golf you played. But, you know, there are a lot of factors that go into getting a W. But, you know, for Jacob, just being here in the final group and watching how Nick has played, someone that's been there, done it, and got a couple of wins, as we watch him now play his second. This is just a layup, folks. This will be sort of just a... I reckon that's an 8 iron on the way. Just plod it down there.
Just get it down, all downhill from there, isn't it? All the way down to the green.
Give yourself an angle.
Just push it down, no pressure. Leads by 5. He's doing the right things, isn't he?
He is indeed. A wise soul.
Oh,
I tell you what, though,
hopefully
folks,
he's found a gap as well. He has, yeah.
That gap did not exist. I don't know how he's played that golf shot.
That's the type of gap that I can't hit fairway wider than an ocean liner, but yet when I'm in that position, I think I can make the tiniest little gap. And yeah, I would have been further right into the trees, I think, after that one. But there you go. That's why these guys are pros, and we're walking behind them.
I'll tell you what, if the camera zooms in 50 yards, you'll see the ball of Pierce Barrington. He has rifled that up there. He's got 150 middle here.
Well, he knows what's at stake, surely. I'm pretty confident he knows I need second place. Remember, for those just tuning in, this is the state of play. Nick Marsh leads by 5. It's looking like it's very good for him. Piers Barrington is tied second at the minute at 9 under par with Shogo Alcurda. So a birdie here will make him stand alone second, which could be worth a few extra pounds in his pockets. And, of course, ranking points in the order of merit.
Indeed, indeed. Very true. I reckon he's got 145 middle, playing 7-8 yards downhill, down the wind. Take that front right bunker out of play. I'll tell you what, folks, this could be a gap wedge for the length that Pierce hits it. Ride the wind. Start it out at that advertising, one of those clutch flags, and just let this ball ride the wind. Middle of the green, 2 putt, second place, solo. Thanks for coming. It's on its way. It's comfortably left, if not uncomfortably left of the pin. Needs a bounce right. I'm not sure. Can't quite see the
You can usually tell by the reaction, and he doesn't look
might just be
particularly
hanging on
overjoyed of it, does he?
No, not at all. When you're going in with a wedge in hand, the quality that these players possess, they are looking to get that inside 15 feet. Might have just caught the left-hand side of the green there, or at least the fringe. Can't quite see from here. Rather bright. Nick Marsh, though.
Well, he's been exemplary, isn't he?
He
really has. He just has not put a foot wrong. 2 blobs over the course of 2 days. That is it. Chucked in with 16 birdies. It's very, very impressive. Almost won every other hole. It's crazy, isn't it? With that kind of form, it's unbeatable. Actually, that you can't beat that.
No, you're going to have a tough time. Tough time beating that. That is for sure.
But it will raise the game of the players around as well. We know Jacob's having a tough day, but I'm sure he's learned a lot from watching Nick Marsh today.
Yeah, like I said,
Barrington's stayed with him for most of it. It's only been the last few holes really though. It's just pulled a bit of a lead out. There is Jacob.
That green is firm down there. Like I said, I think that's the important thing for Jacob here, is to learn from this day. You know, I said that's the cliche thing, but you know, when you dive into the analysis of it all, he'll have his time. He's a quality player. He's got the game to excel.
I'm sure Nick will say to him, "Don't worry, we've all been there."
Yeah,
it's one of those. But I think a lot of encouragement to take for Jacob too. He knows he can go low. He proved that yesterday.
Nick Marsh, little clip. Oh, he's played a worldie again. He's gonna have 7 feet, 8 feet maybe for another birdie 4. What would you have had there, Ian? 5-shot lead? I would have definitely had the putter out.
Yes. Oh, well, are we kidding? I wouldn't have reached it from there.
This is Piers Barrington now from just long left. That's a relatively standard chip shot for him. Can he get this up and down and finish solo second?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's on its way, needs to release out a little, needs to keep going, needs to go. Yeah. Bit of the old Bon Jovi there from Piers, halfway there, living on a prayer. Yeah. Go on then, Ian. Who's your favourite artist? Go on.
John Bon Jovi, yeah, right up there, no doubt. Pink Floyd for me.
Oh, good shout.
Any other Pink Floyd fans watching? Going to make my way down, get ready, because we obviously want to have a word with Nick Marsh as soon as it sinks. A live reaction for you. Nick Marsh is about to become your champion here at Farnham Golf Club on the Tier 1 event for the Mizuno Next Gen Series, powered by Clutch Pro Tour. He has been remarkable. I might have to check actually to see whether he's actually human or part robot.
His golf swing has certainly been robotic this week, I have to say. This is a big putt now, Piers Barrington. This is for second outright. It's about 9 feet. It's got a little right to left in it.
So this is for outright second. This matters. Go on. Oh, and he's just missed it. So it'll be a tied second for Piers if he can pop this one down. Still not a bad couple of days' work for him.
Not at all.
So he will finish at 9 under par.
And leads the stage clear for Nick Marsh to make his 17th birdie of the week in 36 holes of golf. Oh, hanging on the edge.
Callum, could I just borrow that? Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. We're going to go grab a word of him. That was Callum McKay. A huge thank you to Callum for joining us. That's yours as well. I'm going to make my way over here. We do. I know they've still got to sign scorecards and bits and bobs like that, but we do obviously just have to have a quick word with Nick. We'll just let go through all the customary bits and bobs. Let's get off and grab a quick word with Nick. Nick, I know you've still got to go sign your scorecard, but we are live, of course, so you know how it is. I feel like we do this an awful lot. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you. Yeah. Today was a grind. Yeah, it wasn't easy out there.
You made it look easy. I was going to check actually to make sure. Oh no, he is a robot. Yeah, he is a robot. I mean, the scoring was just incredible. Back nine here today. Front nine, you did it yesterday.
Yeah,
6 birdies. Back nine, you've done it when it really, really mattered.
Yeah, just rolled it well. Tee to green, I was pretty solid, and any sort of chance I had, I took it with both hands, and rolled it well, and pleased to just play well. Just back to playing some nice golf.
Word on the setup here at Farnham, we've done a good job, haven't
quality, yeah. Best greens we've had all year so far. So
I was going to say, it's not like you venture a long way down south from Huddersfield, haven't you?
Yeah, I have actually. 4.5 hours, so I've got to drive home now. It just feels good. Feels good. Nice to be playing back some decent golf again. So,
fantastic. Nick Marsh, congratulations.
Thanks,
you are champion. Go sign your scorecard. Thank you so much for that. There we go. That rounds out the action here at Farnham Golf Club, the Clutch Pro Tour. What a 2 days it has been. Nick Marsh, undisputed, no arguments there. He is your champion. Comfortable in the end. It was a good battle put up by Piers Barrington. He's going to finish tied second with Shogo Al-Kurdi. Let's just pop that live leaderboard very quickly up on the screen for you as well before we finish off. We'll just move out of the way actually because there's still a few more groups out on the course. They're the groups who shot a little bit over par yesterday, so they're still out and about. Of course, it hasn't officially shown what they've just done here at 18, but we can confirm Nick Marsh is your winner here on the Mizuno Next Gen Series. There we go. I'm hoping that's on screen for you right now. I don't know. There we go. It is on screen. Right, so that's how things are finished up. Let's take that down now. Don't forget, if you do want to view the full leaderboard at any time, there is a link in the body of this broadcast. It will take you straight through to check the full leaderboard out for you as well. And if you've been watching it Live Sport Now on YouTube, please do hit subscribe. Makes a big difference to us because we've got a lot of golf still to bring you in 2023, including more Mizuno Next Gen Series. That's it from us. I've been your host, Ian Waterhouse. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, drive safely. Thank you.
We're skanking the rave. Run with coke, no shamps in the rave.
Kingston, Harlem, Brooklyn, Atlanta, London, New York, LA, Paris, Kingston, Harlem, Public, holy class.
Important to win, so it's draw the game.